23 years ago, The Sopranos began airing and became a real cultural phenomenon. Usually such cool projects are obtained when there is exceptional attention to the details. The main creator of the series, David Chase, conducted a very scrupulous casting. Most of the actors are Italian Americans, and many of them have previously starred in crime films. For example, 27 people from the cast starred in the movie Goodfellas, including the main actors Lorraine, Bracco, Tony Sirico, and Michael Imperioli. Michael Imperioli played the boss's nephew, Christopher Moltisanti, the most memorable character in the series, aside from Tony Soprano. Not surprisingly, The Sopranos gave a big boost to Michael's career, which would have stalled after one successful role as Spider in Goodfellas. Michael himself didn't believe that he would get the role. At the casting, David Chase was constantly nagged, endlessly asked to repeat the lines, and then, just with stony face, said, "Thank you, we'll call you." Michael eventually received a phone call, and he got the role, an Emmy Award, and 2 Golden Globe nominations. In parallel with the filming of The Sopranos, Michael began to invite it to other films. For example, in 2003 he played one of the best poker players ever, Stu Unger. But unfortunately, the film was not appreciated by critics or viewers, even despite the poker boom at that time. Michael has established himself as a true workaholic who gets involved in 5 or 6 projects a year.
Been working my ass off on this movie script. You know how many pages I got? 19.
That a lot or a little?
The actor was able to fulfill the dream of his character Chris and made the film The Hungry Ghosts according to his own script. He even brought in Steven Sharipa, who played the role of Bobby Bacala in Sopranos, for the lead role. Whether it was worth or not is a big question. Christopher's girlfriend Adriana, who failed to convince him to marry, was played by Drea de Matteo. Sopranos was the first big project of the actress. Originally, Adriana was a very minor character, but the actress impressed everyone at the audition so much that her role was expanded. And subsequently, she even began to influence the plot. After Sopranos, she appeared in several other series and films, but she didn't have much fame in them. She was repeatedly included in the list of the hottest women according to magazine Stuff and Maxim. The role of Consigliere Silvio was played by famous guitarist Steven Van Zandt. He initially auditioned for the role of Tony Soprano, but didn't get the role due to a banal lack of experience. However, due to his fame and colorful appearance, David Chase offered him the role of Consigliere. Steven's acting was noted by many critics, and by the end of the series he was already one of the main characters. He later played another mafioso who hides under the witness protection program in the quiet Norwegian town of Lillehammer in the series of the same name, which he produced himself.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Unlike Michael's film, this series deserves viewing, especially if you are a fan of The Sopranos. After The Sopranos, Steven continued to perform occasionally on stage. He participated in many charitable events, was a TV and radio presenter, and he also owns a recording studio. All in all, the Consigliere is doing well, even after Don's death. The role of Paulie was played by Tony Sirico, who in his youth was a real gangster. The actor was arrested 28 times, and in the 67th, Sirico received his first sentence in prison for a year and a half for armed robbery, and after that the same amount for illegal carrying of weapons. In prison, as the actor says, he rethought his life and decided after his release to try himself in show business. It is interesting that Sirico often plays the role of mafioso. Apparently, the past experience allows organic embodiment of the image on the screen. It is also quite ironic that the actor in The Goodfellas played the gangster Tony, who reports to his boss Paulie, and in The Sopranos was the opposite. Initially, Sirico auditioned for the role of Junior, but the actor was offered the role of Paulie. Sirico agreed on the strict condition that his character would not turn out to be a rat later. Old school, what else to say. But in the films Dead Presidents and Deconstructing Harry, the actor decided to disregard his notions and performed the roles of cops. After The Sopranos, the actor can be seen in the series Chuck Medium, Lilyhammer, Nicky Deuce, and he can also be heard in the voice acting of the dog Winnie Griffin. The only son of Tony Soprano who inherited from his father only selfishness and panic attacks was played by Robert Iler. Unfortunately, his acting career didn't go well. While filming The Sopranos, actor was called to other projects. But after filming, Robert was constantly in trouble with the law and even accused of illegal possession of marijuana. All this has put a stop to his career. The last cameo role Robert played in the series Law and Order in 2009. Another child of the protagonist was played by Jamie-Lynn Sigler. It was her debut role which made her a famous actress. In 2004 she starred in the movie Call Me, The Rise and Fall of Heidi Fleiss. And in 2008 she appeared in an episode of How I Met Your Mother. In 2016 the actress sadly admitted that she had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 20 while still filming The Sopranos. Perhaps the aggravation of this disease was an unpleasant incident during the filming of the campfire stories. She was bitten by a tick and contracted Lyme disease, after which she lay in bed for a week paralyzed from the waist down. Today the actress has been active in films and series, and she is the mother of 2 children. The role of the psychiatrist was played by American actress Lorraine Bracco. Lorraine is from Brooklyn, but after high school she moved to France to pursue a career as a model. At this time the actress gets her first roles and moonlighting as a DJ. Lorraine has played many episodic roles in her life, but her success came at the age of 36, when she played the wife of a gangster in The Goodfellas and was nominated for an Oscar and a Gold Globe. Like many people we've mentioned today, she wasn't originally auditioning for her role. Lorraine auditioned for the role of Carmela, but later, after reading the script in full, she chose the role of psychiatrist. After The Sopranos, Lorraine continued to receive roles, but they were all much weaker. The actress has been married twice, and from each marriage she had a child. Unfortunately, her second divorce was very unsettling. She's been suing her ex-husband for custody for a long time. As a result, she became depressed, lost several roles, and owed the government $2 million in legal fees. Now the actress isn't in a relationship. In her spare time she does karate and writes books. Edie Falco, who played Carmela, is also from Brooklyn. She had a rather creative family. Her mother was an actress, her father was a musician, and her uncle was a writer. Edie followed in her mother's footsteps and began acting in the theater from an early age. And after school she studied at the acting faculty. She began her career with minor roles in series, and she made her big movie debut in 1977 in the movie Sweet Lorraine. Her career mainly consisted of supporting roles in the TV series Law and Order, Homicide, Life on the Street, and Oz. For this series she was regularly praised by critics for her realistic, natural acting. And for the role of Carmela Soprano, critics not only praised the actress verbally, but also nominated her for an Emmy Award 5 times, 3 of which she won. She also won 2 Golden Globe Awards and 5 Screen Actors Guild Awards. After Sopranos, the actress tried her comedy role and was nominated for an Emmy as a guest actress in sitcom 30 Rock. And then she won an Emmy Award for another comedy series, Nurse Jackie. Soon the actress should please us with her performance in the blockbuster Avatar: The Way of Water. James Gandolfini, who played the boss of the family, was born in New Jersey. Of course, Gandolfini is also Italian-American. His father often told little James, "No matter how your life turns out, I want you to remember that you are a simple man from a simple family." Gandolfini always loved to travel to his historic homeland, and ironically, there his life ended. He died on June 19, 2013 of a heart attack while traveling to Rome with his family. On June 26 of the same year, all Broadway theaters turned off the lights for 1 minute to pay respect to the actor. Before filming The Sopranos, the actor had an impressive theatrical and cinematic experience, but to the end didn't believe that he would get the main role. He always believed he was cut out for the role, but was afraid they would take some slim, good-looking boy instead. But the role went to him, and for it he was nominated for a Golden Globe and Emmy Award year after year. Parallel to The Sopranos, the actor appeared in the 2004 comedy Surviving Christmas. And in 2005, the actor was cast in the art house Romance and Cigarettes. And in 2006, along with John Travolta, Jared Leto and Salma Hayek, the actor starred in Lonely Hearts. Despite the famous cast, the film failed miserably at the box office. In general, many films in which Gandolfini participated often failed at the box office. Perhaps that's why he stopped being called for starring roles in major films. As the mountain stopped coming to Mohammed, Gandolfini decided to try his hand as a producer. His documentaries were frequently broadcast on TV and nominated for various awards. Until his death, James didn't change his love to theater, and he regularly appeared on Broadway plays. Despite the fact that James became known for his criminal roles, in life friends and colleagues characterized him as a kind and calm man. The actor was married twice. The marriage with his last wife lasted until his death. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you had a nice time.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Zappuccino, Zappuccino.